Hello friends, welcome to the live session of VMS class quiz time. Today we are going to see some of the important questions from computer architecture, and this is the part 2 in the topic of computer architecture. And I am going to show you the questions along with the options. If you know the answer, you can post your answer in the chat box. Like the question number is 1 along with the option that may be A, B, C or D, like that. Let us start our first question for today's live, and this is the question number 81 in our live session series. All the questions are on the topic of computer architecture. The question is, the unit that performs all logical comparisons like greater than, less than, equal to is what? The options are control unit, arithmetic and logical unit, memory unit, and cache. If you know the answer, you can write your answer like 81. What is the answer? If you know the answer, you can please give your answer in the chat box. Correct answer is ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. It is responsible for all arithmetic as well as logical operations. Whenever the CPU compares values like greater than, less than, or equal to, those comparisons, all these comparisons are done inside the ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. So the correct answer is B. Okay. The unit that performs all logical comparisons is ALU. The question number 2 for today's live session. The ALU performs which major two types of operations? I think the answer is covered in the previous question, but Again, let's observe this. Option A, input and output. Option B, arithmetic and logical. Option C, control and storage. Option D, data and program. If you know the answer, you can please write the question number and the correct answer. The ALU performs which two major types of operations? Let's see the correct answer. Option B, arithmetic and logical. The ALU handles all the numerical calculations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, arithmetic operations. Along with that, the logical comparisons, which can be used for decision making. So these logical operations are mainly used for decision making. So the correct answer is option B. Question number 83. Which part of the CPU controls the flow of instructions? Which part of the CPU controls the flow of instructions? Option A, hard disk. Option B, mouse. Option C, control unit. Option D, register. Which part of the CPU controls the flow of instructions? Hard disk, mouse, control unit, register. If you know the answer, you can please give our answer like the question number and the correct answer. The correct answer is option C, control unit. Controls the flow. Okay. Control unit controls the flow of instructions. This control unit directs the sequence operations by telling the CPU which instructions to execute next and how data should move inside the system. So everything will be in the control of control unit. The correct answer is a C. So I am going to give the answer followed by the question by giving just a fraction of 30 seconds to 1 minute because I don't want to waste much time of the subscribers. So you can also get some idea about how the questions are asked in the previous examinations. Question number 84. Which memory is closest to the CPU? Which memory is closest to the CPU? Options are cache memory, RAM, hard disk, ROM. If you know the answer, you can write question number 84. What is the correct answer? It's a very simple question. So we have hard disk or ROM, okay? Hard disk or ROM. Then we have the RAM, main memory. Then we have the cache. Then we have the CPU. So the closest memory to the CPU is cache. Okay. So the correct answer is option A. Cache memory is placed very close to the CPU to provide the fast access to the frequently used data and instructions. The cache memory contains the frequently used data and instructions. So the correct answer is A. Question number 85. Registers in the CPU are used to dash. It is for storing large files, store small fast data temporarily, connect input devices, install operating system. The CPU contains the registers. Okay. And why these registers are useful? That is the question. It is for storing the large files. So it is not the correct answer because the registers are very small locations. Okay. From this, just I can filter out option A. We cannot install the operating system from the registers. We have BIOS for this. Okay. It is also not for installation, just to load the operating system. Okay. It is not for installation. BIOS is there. It is for loading the operating system. And it is not helpful for connecting the input devices. So from this, I can figure out the correct answer is B. Registers are high speed storage locations, and those are very small storage locations and high speed data processing inside the CPU that temporarily hold the data and instructions that are currently being processed. So the correct answer is option B. Okay. Question number 86. The unit coordinates all computer operations is what? The unit that coordinates all computer operations is which unit? It is ALU, RAM, ROM, control unit. If you know the answer, you can write the question number and the correct answer. The correct answer is control unit. Coordinates all the activities in the computer by managing the communication between ALU, memory, and input output devices. Control unit is the correct answer. Question number 87. Which bus carries signals that control other components? Which bus carries signals that control other components? Data bus, address bus, control bus, and local bus. You can see the answer is present in the question. So we have control of other components. The correct answer is C. The control bus carries control signals. Okay. The control bus carries control signals that manage operations such as reading the data, writing the data, and instructions execution. That will be controlled by the control bus. So the correct answer is option C. Question number 88. The CPU and memory are located in which of the following devices? The CPU and memory are located in which of the following devices? Option A, motherboard. Option B, expansion board. Option C, storage device. Option D, output device. The CPU and memory are located in which of the following devices? The correct answer is A. Motherboard is the main circuit board. Okay, motherboard is the main circuit board where the CPU, okay, the processor, CPU, memory are installed and interconnected. So those are interconnected with all other hardware components. Okay, this is basically called motherboard. The correct answer is option A. Question number 89. The smaller part of the data processed by ALU is what? This is the smallest part. Smallest part of data processed by ALU. It's a very simple question. Always the smallest data is nothing but bit. A bit is the smallest unit of data in a computer and it represents either 0 or 1. This question is already covered in our previous live sessions. So bit is the smallest data unit. So the correct answer is B. Question number 90. Which of the following is an example of primary memory? Which of the following is an example of primary memory? Option A, pen drive. Option B, hard drive. Option C, RAM. Option D, DVD. Which of the following is an example of primary memory? Pen drive, hard drive, RAM, DVD. It's a very simple question. Option C, RAM, RAM, random access memory. RAM is basically an example of a primary memory because it directly accessed by the CPU during the program execution. The correct answer is C. Question number 91. Which of the following is an example of sequential processing? Which of the following is an example of sequential processing? Option A, CPU fetch, decode, execute. Option B, graphics rendering. Option C, printing. Option D, scanning. Which of the following is an example of sequential processing? If you know the answer, you can write the question number and the correct answer in the chat box. Correct answer is option A. CPU fetch, decode, execute. In sequential processing, instructions are executed one after the other following this cycle: fetch, decode, and execute. Okay, the correct answer is option A. Question number 92. The control unit uses dash to manage the CPU workflow. The control unit uses dash to manage CPU workflow. Option A, icons. Option B, signals. Option C, buttons. Option D, registers. Give your answer in the chat box by giving the question number. Question number 92. So give your correct answer. Let's see the answer. Option B, signals. The control unit uses these signals and it manages the CPU operations by generating this control signals that guides the all the internal activities. The correct answer is signals. Option B. Question number 93. The microprocessor is the brain of the computer and it is called. Option A, microchip, microprocessor. Option B, option C, calculator. Option D, software. A microprocessor is the brain of the computer and is also called as. Another name for this, you can say microchip. Option A. Microprocessor is implemented on a single integrated circuit chip. That is the reason we will commonly call this as microchip. The correct answer is option A. Question number 94. The part of the CPU that stores intermediate results is dash. The part of the CPU that stores intermediate results is dash. Option A, RAM. Option B, hard disk. Option C, CD. Option D, register. The part of the CPU that stores intermediate results is dash. Option A, RAM. Option B, hard disk. Option C, CD. Option D, register. If you know the answer, you can write the question number and the correct answer in the chat box. The part of the CPU that stores intermediate results. So we have seen this in our previous questions. To store some intermediate results, you can use registers. Registers temporarily stores the intermediate results during the processing so that the CPU can access them quickly. Okay, all the intermediate results are stored in registers for faster accessing. The correct answer is D, registers. Question number 95. ROM is ROM is. It is a volatile memory, non-volatile memory, temporary memory, cache memory. So select the correct option. ROM, read only memory. It is a volatile, non-volatile, temporary memory, cache memory. The correct answer is a non-volatile memory. ROM retains its stored data even when the power supply is turned off, making it a non-volatile memory. So ROM is a non-volatile memory. If you get the question RAM instead of ROM, then that is volatile memory. Okay, RAM is volatile, ROM is non-volatile memory. Question number 96. What does the control unit not do? So among this, control unit can do some of the operations except one operation out of these four. Let's see the options. Control unit can manage the instruction execution, controls the input output, perform arithmetic operations. We have separately ALU. It is not the job of control unit. Control unit can direct the internal data flow. So out of these four options, we can say that option C is not the job of a control unit, and this is the job of ALU. So the correct answer is option C. Arithmetic operations are handled by the ALU, while the control unit only directs the internal data flow, controls the input output, and it manages the instruction execution as well. Question number 97. Which memory is directly accessible by the CPU? Option A, hard disk. Option B, RAM. Option C, DVD. Option D, pen drive. Which memory is directly accessible by the CPU? Option A, hard disk. Option B, RAM. Option C, DVD. Option D, pen drive. The correct answer is B, RAM, RAM, which can be directly accessible by the CPU. Okay, the CPU directly accesses the RAM to read and write the data while executing the programs. The complete program will sit in the RAM, then CPU can directly access it. Still, the CPU needs some temporary information, then it can use the register to store that temporary information. The correct answer is option B. Question number 98. Microarchitecture refers to micro. Micro. In the name, we have the answer. Microarchitecture. design of software, internal design of the CPU, internet architecture, external hardware design. So give your answer in the chat box. Microarchitecture refers to. The correct answer is B. Microarchitecture describes a internal design of the CPU, how a CPU is internally organized, including the registers, pipelines, and execution units. Correct option is B. Microarchitecture means the internal design of the CPU. Question number 99. Which unit of computer helps in communication between the memory and the arithmetic and logical unit? Option A, CMU. Option B, CCU. Option C, UPS. Option D, CPU. So without a doubt, you can give the answer as CPU. Okay. CPU controls and manages the data transfer between the memory and arithmetic and logical unit. Okay. CPU is the right answer. And the last question for today, the control unit controls other units by generating control signals, timing signals, transfer signals, command signals. This question is already covered. We know the answer as well. The control unit controls other units by generating the control signals. Answer A. Control signals. Control unit generates the control signals that instructs other units on how and when to perform the tasks. Okay. Control unit generates the control signals for controlling purpose. Okay. And if you want to practice more questions for your competitive examinations, you can visit our website. I have given the description where the course is available. You can go to the vmsclass.com courses. It can be very useful for your competitive examinations. So we have this computer awareness test series. Around 2000 plus questions we have prepared. Still it is counting. We are going to have all the latest previous competitive examinations questions are there. As of now, we have 54 tests. Still, we are going to have more practice tests and mock tests as well. Daily practicing this kind of questions will help you to give the correct answers in a shorter time, and you can also get more confidence. I request you to enroll to this course. Daily practice some questions and improve your knowledge in the computers awareness section in all the competitive examinations. We have given 70% off for limited time, so you can use this opportunity. And still, if you want any more details, so you can please contact us. Contact at vmsclass.com. And if you need more courses, you can go to the courses website. So we have multiple courses and test series which can be very useful from grade 1 to the PhD level as well. So stay tuned with our website for more courses. I will see you in the next live session. Thank you all. Subscribe for more updates on computer education.